Hi, it's Leslie, and in this update I'm going to talk about the surgery that I had. What it was actually was a breast reduction, and that was the week right after Easter. It's something that I've been wanting to do for about 10 years, since I was 15, and for different reasons. For one, it's just hard to fit into things. I was a double D by the time I was 13, and when I graduated, my grad dress actually cost half the price of my bra. So that just goes to show how much I've been spending on bras over the year, because I have to get specialty European sizes and go to special bra shops. Secondly, just a lot of neck and back and shoulder pain just because of the weight, and then bras, and also the wires just dig in more to my ribs because of the weight. So if I'm wearing a bra, it was causing me discomfort and pain. Thirdly, it was just a dislike, I guess. We all know what gravity does. I didn't really like them for that reason. I mean, I'm young and it didn't show in that way. This was also part of the reason that I wanted to lose weight, because I didn't want to have a reduction before losing weight, because then I thought I'd be all unproportionate. Ultimately, I ended up having it done about halfway through my weight loss, because I started to worry that if I waited too long and lost all the weight, then it wouldn't be covered by healthcare anymore. In Canada, as long as they remove a certain amount during the reduction, it's completely covered. Like, the only things I had to pay for were basically creams and bandages after the surgery, so completely free otherwise, which was awesome, because a reduction apparently costs about as much as implants, and that's not something that I could afford if it wasn't covered by healthcare. And actually, a friend of mine is currently in the process of booking a reduction, and it turns out that because she's not quite as big, she's actually going to have to pay 50% out of her own pocket. So I'm just glad that I qualified, and I'm glad I didn't wait, because the more weight you lose, obviously your skin can't keep up as much. So if I had ended up losing 100 pounds and not being able to get the reduction, it just wouldn't have been something I would have been happy with. So I'm very glad that I did it. As I said in the last video, I did end up getting 2 blood clots, which was quite scary. The surgery was done in the hospital, and I was already scheduled to stay overnight, because they just like to keep an eye on you and make sure everything goes well. And a few hours after the surgery, I noticed, as well as one of the nurses, that the one side basically was, it got really swollen and almost hardened, like just really firm, because there was so much pressure from the swelling. I dubbed it after that my Pamela Anderson boob, because it was just like a balloon, literally. So they got the surgeon to come back, and basically they rushed me into emergent surgery after that, which was kind of scary, because I had already had a few biscuits to eat and a drink of water. And it turns out the reason that you're not supposed to eat before a surgery is because when they put you under, it relaxes your whole body, and apparently food or water can come back up your esophagus and somehow get into your lungs and choke you while you're unconscious. So I was just pleased when they told me that right before bringing me into my second surgery. Yeah, that was probably the scariest moment of the day, when basically I was just like, oh my gosh, now I have to worry about like choking while you're got knives in me. Anyway, so both times I basically, as they were knocking me out, I just made sure my last thoughts were just prayers that everything goes well and that I'm kept safe and protected. And because, I mean, at that point, what else can you do, except for just pray that everything goes well. So that's what I did, and it turned out okay. After that, I was just there overnight with drainage tubes in, and so that went well. I got to go home the next morning, and then my boyfriend stayed for a few days at my apartment just to help me around the house, and because I really couldn't do much. I had a bandage on for a whole week, and I couldn't move that much, basically. So he helped me out a lot with that. He was there pretty much for the first week, I think. And then after that, I finally got the bandages off, which was wonderful, because I got to shower again. Not showering for a week is not fun. I ended up going to my hairdresser's halfway through just to get my hair washed, because it was just feeling nasty. After that, I had 2 more weeks that I was off work on disability, and because I couldn't really lift or do much. So since then, I've been back at work since the beginning of May, and just kind of slowly easing back into things. Because of the blood clots, I actually, my hemoglobin, I believe it was low from losing so much blood, which gave me, it made me anemic. So basically what happens with that is you're kind of really tired and your energy is really low. So I've been taking iron supplements since sometime in May, and that's really helped because I just really had no energy. I just wanted to sleep all the time. So I'm finally kind of getting back on track. I haven't really been able to do much as far as working out yet because I just can't really lift or do much. So mostly I've just been walking. And as much as I love walking, it doesn't really cut it. So I'm actually looking forward to going back to kickboxing. I just bought some new bras this week because I'd been just wearing a very flimsy sports bra every day for the last few months. And as comfortable as it is, it doesn't really give you much shape, doesn't do much, and it doesn't hold you in that great. So I got 2 new everyday bras and then a really good sports bra that really holds me in, and like I can hardly bounce at all in that. So I think with that, I'm going to be okay to go back to kickboxing. Second week in July, I'm going to start back, and I cannot wait for that because a walk, you really can only get so much of a workout from a walk. But kickboxing, like I've said before, is the most complete workout I've ever had. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting back into a routine and a fitness routine and just get back on track with attaining my goals. I think that's all I really had to say about the surgery, but if I missed anything or if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And there might have been something that you wanted to know and I just really didn't think of it because I'm trying to remember everything to say and it was a while ago, so don't hesitate to ask me anything. For this week's lovely lyrics, because I'm going to post this on July 1st, Canada Day, I thought a really good song would be Canadian Please, which was posted by Gunnarolla, and his name is Andrew, and him and his friend Julia made this song and video. And the reason that I chose this one is because one of the lyrics in it is, "Where else can you go to a hospital and not pay fees?" So I thought that was fitting because I'm talking about my surgery that was free because I live in Canada, and I thought it'd be good to post it on Canada Day. So check that out. I'll put a link to the song, to the video in the underbar, and just enjoy it. It's a catchy song, it's cute, and click on the captions and it'll tell you all the lyrics. Even the first time I watched it a couple times again to kind of catch it all, and it does stick in your head, so it's a fun song, even if you're not Canadian. And for the new thing that I am going to be including, I'm actually doing it a little bit different for the first one. Normally it will just be articles that I happen to find on Yahoo, but this one is an article that I've been wanting to share actually for a long, long time. So I thought I would just get this one out of the way now. It's basically about an author and a specific book, which I just bought. I haven't read it yet, but it's called The End of Overeating, and it's by David Kessler. He talks about basically how the food industry needs to be changed in the way we view it, like cigarettes. Cigarettes used to be all glamorized, but now people know the dangers of it and the facts, and so he's trying to create, I guess, a movement in the food industry so that people are aware, because, I mean, it seems like simple stuff, but people really, I don't think, understand how serious it is and, like, how much sodium, like, if you go to a restaurant, sometimes one meal, one entree, basically has the calories, the sodium, the fat of your entire recommended daily intake, if not more. So it's really scary to find out these things sometimes because some stuff we just don't know, and it's not our fault, we just don't know. So I thought this was a really interesting article, and it'll give you an idea of if you want to read the book or not. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to, and once I do, I'll tell you how it goes. But just read the article if you want. If not, don't worry about it. I'll put the link in the underbar, and yeah, I think it'll be a really good book. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that's it for this week. I hope you're all doing well and exercising and eating well and finding great recipes. And I will be back next week. God bless.